People in town spoke the name St. Mercy Hospital with reverence. It stood on a quiet hill just beyond the market district. White walls always gleaming, glass doors polished, gardens trimmed so neatly that even the flowers looked disciplined. Ambulances came and went at all hours, but the place never seemed chaotic. Calm, efficient, reassuring. Few were sick, you went there. Few were afraid, you trusted them. And if someone survived something impossible, everyone credited St. Mercy. At the center of that reputation was Dr. Adrian Vale. He was everything a hospital director should be. Composed, articulate, gentle with patients, firm with staff. He remembered names, held hands during difficult diagnoses, donated time to charities. He spoke on radio programs about healthcare and compassion. To the town, he wasn't just a doctor. He was hope. When nurse Lila Okafor began her first shift at St. Mercy, she felt lucky. Fresh out of training, this job was more than employment, it was prestige. The hallways smelled of antiseptic and lavender polish. The floors shone like mirrors. Everyone moved with purpose. Yet something felt strange. Subtle things. Patients sometimes arrived in stable condition, but were moved quickly into restricted wards. Records occasionally disappeared from the shared database. And there were whispers among orderlies that stopped whenever she approached. Her supervisor brushed it off. "Don't overthink," she told Lila. "This hospital runs differently. Trust the process." So Lila tried. One night, while delivering medication, Lila noticed something unusual. The elevator, usually restricted, was open. The button for level B2 glowed faintly. She didn't remember that level from orientation. Curiosity nudged her inside. The doors closed with a heavy metallic thud. Descending, the air grew colder. The lights flickered once. When the doors opened, silence greeted her. Thick and unnatural. This level didn't resemble the hospital upstairs. No cheerful signage. No soft lighting. Just dim corridors. Stainless steel doors. And a faint mechanical hum. She stepped out. Walking slowly, she passed a room with frosted glass. Shadows moved inside, people working. She leaned closer. Through the haze she saw surgical equipment. Operating tables. Coolers marked with biohazard labels. And then, a figure entered the room. Dr. Vale. He wore surgical gloves, his expression focused, but not compassionate like upstairs. Clinical. Detached. Lila stepped back, heart racing. Before she could leave, a hand touched her shoulder. She jumped. An orderly stared at her coldly. "You're not assigned here." "I got lost." He didn't smile. "Go back upstairs." She didn't argue. After that night, Lila couldn't shake the feeling. Why was that level hidden? Why the secrecy? Why did patients sometimes vanish from records after being transferred? She tried asking a colleague quietly. The response was immediate. "Drop it," he whispered. "People who ask too many questions don't last here." That warning settled in her stomach like stone. But curiosity had already taken root. A week later, Lila cared for an elderly man recovering from minor surgery. He joked with her. Ate normally. Stable vitals. Then his chart changed. Transfer approved, Dr. Vale. Within an hour he was moved. By morning, his file was gone. No discharge record. No death record. Nothing. As if he'd never existed. That night, Lila sat in her apartment, replaying everything. The basement level. The surgical equipment. The missing patients. She tried convincing herself there was a logical explanation. But deep down, a colder thought surfaced. What if St. Mercy wasn't saving people? What if something else was happening beneath its spotless reputation? And as she drifted into uneasy sleep, she didn't know that her search for answers had already placed her in danger.